Cat people, how are you today? I am Catlady Antigoni, and today we are talking about brands that I tried for the first time in my life in 2023. Part 2. I have done one very similar video, but I'm gonna explain again the concept very briefly in case that you're new here. If you're new, welcome to my channel! I hope that you really enjoy what you see now. So basically, in this series of videos, I'm gonna tell you about new brands to me, new brands that I tried in 2023, more specifically, if I liked them, what are my thoughts, which products I have from them, if I'm planning to buy more in the future, and everything we need to know about them. And if you think that this is interesting and you're ready, let's start with the video! Alright, I have a disappointment in this video. It's gonna be just one, but it's a huge disappointment. So I'm thinking to talk about it right now to get it out of the way so to not have any more negative vibes later on. So I'm gonna tell you about the brand Catlady Cosmetics. I bought the palette Evil Mermaid from them, and the palette was a pure disappointment. Maybe the worst palette that I tried in my life. As you can see, this eyeshadow popped. Really, it exploded. I didn't hit the palette, I didn't kinda broke the palette in any way, but this eyeshadow started becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, and at some point just poof, and all the palette, all my room filled up with blue glitter. Oh my god, it was such a disaster. And I see these eyeshadows start growing in the same way, and I'm so afraid that this gonna explode in the same way and it will be full of grey glitter this time. Such an unfortunate thing, because I loved the color scheme of the palette, I loved the names and the concept with Evil Mermaid, and I really had high expectations from this. Like, it was so disappointing. And then we have this matte eyeshadow. This is not a shimmer, which basically cracked and I lost half of the eyeshadow out of nowhere, again without me hitting or damaging the palette in any way. I don't understand how this happened. Well, to be honest, I tried to talk to the brand, they ignored me. I sent them an email 2 times, they ignored me, and then I made a TikTok about this palette and my experience and how the eyeshadow exploded and pictures and stuff like that. And there at the TikTok where I tagged them, they replied to me and they were like, "Oh, we never got your emails." No, don't lie. I know that you got my emails because I got an automated reply, and I also tried to approach them via Instagram with pictures and everything. So after a long conversation, which they didn't really want to admit that they have done anything wrong, and they really wanted to say that it was my fault that the palette is damaged, they kind of admitted that they have not put a lot of liquid. I don't know the terminology, I don't know how to make an eyeshadow, but they knew, they told me that this is eye safe, but they haven't put a lot of the liquid, that's why it exploded. And basically all this happened because they wanted me to delete my TikTok. Can you imagine this? It was a TikTok about my honest experience about the brand, and they were like, "No, this is a bad reputation for us, so delete it." I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that, and next time please don't ignore your customers. And of course they try to move the whole thing to the retailer Monolith. Monolith has absolutely nothing to do with it because they package the palette in the greatest way. Like, I had a lot of bubbles and I have bought like how many times from them? 10 times, and all the products have arrived to me in mint condition. So of course I don't blame Monolith in any way, shape or form. I have filmed a video about this palette, my experience, even a makeup tutorial with it. But here, what you hear right now is the update, because this is the updated form. Back then they haven't get in touch with me in any way because basically I haven't done the TikTok yet. So yeah, what happened then was that they told me to talk with Monolith like it was their fault. I didn't have any other option there because they really didn't want to cooperate with me. I talked with Monolith and Monolith was kind enough to send me a new palette. I actually didn't ask them to do something like that, but they are so nice and kind. And now I have a new palette with all the eyeshadows in place. I have seen a kind of weird growing again at this. I don't think so. So I'm kind of afraid that this might explode in the future. For now, I can admire how beautiful is this palette. I haven't touched this palette yet. I haven't compared the quality, but I have seen at the Monolith webpage that this palette has received a lot of negative comments, and the brand in general, because they have another palette which is called Apocalypse, and people had exactly the same issue with me. An eyeshadow basically exploded. So if you want my honest opinion about the brand, I do not recommend you to buy from this, because yes, I can understand that mistakes can happen, but when a brand do not want to communicate with the customers and try to explain and solve the problem, just ignores them, to me this is mind-blowing. This is awful, okay? So all in all, I do not recommend this brand, and let's move on to something more positive, okay? Another indie brand that I tried for the first time in 2023 is Sugar Drizzle, and specifically I bought the MILF Man I Love Frogs palette. It's such a pretty palette. I mean, it contains 12 special eyeshadows. They are either duochrome or multichrome or very impactful metallics. They are so beautiful. My god, I love using this palette, and I have used it quite a lot of times. This is such a high quality palette. It's the first thing that I own from the brand, but I'm very happy with what I got here. I have two more special eyeshadow palettes from another Swedish indie brand, but let me tell you, the quality is not compared with this. Here we have really high quality, really pigmented and buttery eyeshadows, which they are not creasing. Huge plus, according to my opinion at least, because I usually have problems with creasing with the other brand that I was mentioning. The eyeshadows were perfect, okay, but they were creasing so much on my eyelids. And yes, I still love their palettes because they are offering something different, but I love this palette even more because it's so flawless. The result is beautiful, and I don't have to be stressed throughout my day like, do I have creasing on my eyelids? Should I fix it? Should I have a brush with me? So all in all, I highly recommend you this palette if you're a lover of special eyeshadows like I do, and also if you have hooded eyelids or oily eyelids like I do. I have both of them. But anyway, here we have a great palette, and for sure I will buy more from the brand because yes, they have my attention in the best way possible. Oh, and I realized that I completely forgot to tell you about this makeup look that you see right here on my face. So if you're interested to see a step-by-step tutorial, I have already filmed a video where I'm doing this. It's basically the video where I'm doing the Colourpop bingo. Such an amusing video. I really enjoyed playing with all of these palettes. And if you go and watch it, please tell me, would you like to see a part 2? Because I have more Colourpop palettes and I'm dying to do another bingo with them. Anyway, back to relevancy, back to brands that I tried in 2023 for first time. And let me tell you about a Korean brand, Heimish. Well, if you didn't know about this brand, I didn't know about it either. But I, not very recently, got a PR box from Stylevana, and they have included two products from this brand. First of all, their Moringa Ceramide Pressed Setting Powder. Like, this smells so amazingly. Oh, nice. It smells very fresh, but not like in the linen scent that you can find a lot of candles smelling like this. Not that I don't like linen, but this smells like childhood to me, and it brings back so many happy memories. I love it. Now, when it comes to the actual quality of the powder, it's very finely milded, very nice on the face, and actually it kinda keeps me from being oily, something that I really appreciate when powders are doing this, because again, I have a very oily skin. Either this is my eyelids or my face or my scalp, everything on me is super oily. So I really appreciate when products are actually looking good on my skin. So this powder, yeah, great job. Then we're moving on to their mascara that I have tried, one of the best mascaras, because actually it has this wand. I don't know if you can see it properly here. It gives a very nice curl on my lashes, and I also feel that it also elongates my lashes a bit, something that I really appreciate because I have naturally long lashes. So if I have a mascara that actually elongates them even more, I don't have to use falsies, which I really appreciate, because yes, I love the result when I have falsies, but I hate the process. Like, I hate working with silicone glue. You don't know how much I hate the glue. It doesn't have to do with the brand, it has to do with the procedure. So when I get to use mascaras that actually are saying to me, no, you don't have to use any falsies, your lashes are looking great the way they are, I just love them. According to me, this, the NYX on the Rise mascara, and what else? Basically, these two are the best mascaras that I've ever tried. So if you buy Korean brands, or if you want to experiment with some Korean stuff, I highly recommend you this mascara from Hamish. Actually, if it has a name, it is in Korean, so I cannot give you more details, unfortunately. But if you go to Stylevana webpage, they have it for sure. Let me tell you about another American indie brand, Salem Cosmetics. The only item that I have from them is their collaboration palette with Smink Berunde, and actually I'm super satisfied with the quality. I have filmed a tutorial with this palette, you can find it at my channel, and I was actually super impressed. Like, they both the brand and Smink, have done an amazing job with the eyeshadows, like from the color scheme to the actual quality to the color combinations that they chose to have for this palette, even the glitters that this palette have, it's so stunning. I also love the artwork. This reminds me of Smink so much. I actually am friend with Smink, and I try not to be biased when it comes to this palette, but I love it. I really love it. You can see a lot of makeup looks that I have done either exclusively with this palette, or I have used eyeshadows from there to complete them. You can find all this at my Instagram page. My Instagram is Catlady Antigoni. I will be very happy to see you there. Anyway, back to the palettes. I have heard reviews about Salem Cosmetics and previous releases, which they were like, okay, they're good, but they're not nothing extra special, something that makes you say, wow, what is this? But I feel that they have improved their game with this palette, and from what I see, their duochromes are super metallic, super shifty, so I feel that with this palette they have upped their game. And actually, after this palette they have re-released an older palette with a different, their new formula. It is called Salem and the Witch, and I'm very curious about this. Should I buy it? Oh my god, I really want to try it, but I try not to buy everything. Oh my god, I don't know what to do. But tell me down in the comments if you want me to review this palette. I might actually buy it, because I'm super impressed from the brand. And now it's time for the Greek word of the day. Well, the most surprising event of this period was the explosion of the eyeshadow from Clarity. So that's why I decided to tell you the Greek word for explosion. So in Greek we say ekryxi. Say with me, ek-ri-xi. Ekryxi. As always, I'm gonna ask you to try to write a comment down below using the word ekryxi, or actually tell me the word in your own native language. And the last brand for today is another Korean brand that I get to know via Stylevana. Well, I'm about to tell you about Unleasha, and from them I have a mini palette and I have a non-sticky dazzle tint. This is basically a lip tint. I'm gonna tell you about the palette first. The palette has 9 eyeshadows, this one right here. I think that their mattes are a bit weak for my taste. I mean, I get the concept of Asian Korean makeup and I get how do they prefer doing their makeup, but for me, and makeup looks like this, these are quite weak, but they are okay because not everything has to cater to me. But when it comes to the shimmers, Oh my god, they are among the best shimmers that I've ever tried, especially this and this eyeshadow. Let me find the names. This is called Lavender Quartz and this is called Soft Lavender. They are stunning, like they have finely milled glitter into the shimmery eyeshadow and they are so beautiful and magical. I have done a makeup look using this palette of course, and let me tell you, I was very impressed with the results because I started with the mattes and I was like, okay, nothing impressive here, and then I continued with the shimmers and they were mind-blowing. Will I buy more palettes from Alicia with this concept? I don't know, but I feel that I needed to have this palette in my collection, and I feel that if I didn't have this palette, knowing what I know right now, I would purchase this because really it offers a very good quality, and I like that the packaging here is transparent so you can see all the eyeshadows and kinda remember the color scheme of the palette. And now let's move on to the lip tint. Actually, it's a very unique packaging, at least for my collection and for what I personally have. It's this one right here. To me, it seems more like a blush, but no, it's a lip tint. The color is something between pink and coral. Very beautiful color, and it lasts quite a long. You know something? I tried it by applying it obviously, and then I blotted it up a little bit, and then I added a lip gloss, and it was magical. And let me remember. It has a scent which is very fruity and nice. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I need more colors from this one because I prefer in general more bold lip colors like the one that I'm having right now, but for what it is amazing. And let me tell you, I keep using it even after the video, so this is definitely a good sign for this. And I also use it when I go out without any makeup and I'm like, I need something on my lips. I usually go there. I love tints and in general more light lip colors when I'm going out with absolutely no makeup. And yes, it's not my aesthetic to have a makeup look and a very light lip tint, but you know, in cases that I don't have any makeup, this is perfect. And in general, I'm very happy with Alicia as a brand. They are cruelty-free as everything that I'm showing you, and I think that they are vegan as well. Yeah, they are vegan as well, so extra points there. You can find everything at Stylevana. I used to have a code with them. I don't think that's valid nowadays, so I haven't any collaboration ongoing, but I really recommend you this shop because they have good selection of products and they are quite fast with their delivery. And basically that was it. This was our video for today. Well, if you keep watching until now, first of all, thank you so much. Secondly, would you like to leave me an emoji? Like what emoji today? I want to see a fairy because I see this palette and it was such a beautiful palette, and I would like to see a fairy down at the comments to understand that you have watched this video till the end. Also, if you like this one and you want to see more videos from me, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to smash the like button. I also have Instagram and TikTok and I will be very happy to see you there as well. My name is Catlady Antigoni and I'm waiting for your pictures if you try to recreate any of my makeup looks. Well, again, thank you so much for today and see you next time with another video. Until then, bye!